Hi, good afternoon, Martin.
Hello, good afternoon.
Okay, Martin. So first of all, I just want to thank you, for doing this assessment with me. And I do have your score, but first and foremost, I'm going to go ahead and give you this drug report card, just so you can go ahead and follow along
Thank you.
with the things I'm going to tell you today. So I just wanted to start out telling you, pretty much mostly across the board, you did score at low risk for all of the substance uses except for one, which would be cannabis, also known as marijuana. You did score a 25. 25 would put you at a moderate risk range. However, it is only 2 points below the high risk range. So just wanted to get like a feel of things. How do you feel about your score of 25?
Surprised, I'm in shock. And I never thought actually I will score that high. And actually put my life in danger or at risk.
Yeah, so just wanted to let you know, sometimes you may or may not like exhibit some physical symptoms in regards to your drug use, but you could exhibit them later on in life. So I'm going to go ahead and go over some of the risk factors with you that come along with doing marijuana. So some of the risk factors would be like having difficulty in attention and motivation, as well as, having feelings of like anxiety, panic, and even depression. Some health risks also include like having bronchitis, asthma, certain types of lung cancers, as well as like cancers in the upper throat. So yeah, these are some of the risk factors associated with doing marijuana. So what are some of your concerns about your score?
Well, some concerns about my score. They're just
I know it's very, very difficult for you hearing all of these health risks. Do you have any concerns about your score?
I'm sorry, I'm just stressed out, I'm just stressed out. I just feel like smoking right now, I'm sorry. It's all bad, but my concern is that I guess I need to smoke, overall to feel better.
Yeah, I understand now. If we were to look at a scale, right? A scale of 1 to 10, 1 being I'm not ready to give up smoking at all or even like make a change, and 10 being I am ready to make a change in my smoking patterns, where would you rate yourself?
Well, definitely I wouldn't rate myself a 9 because, it's hard for me to change, so I'll go just above a little, 1%, at least, above 50%, so I'll go for 6.
Okay, so you said you're going to score yourself a 6, so may I ask, why would you score yourself like a 6 as opposed to like, let's say a 4?
Definitely I'll score myself a 6, because I do have that little pushing off. I do want to change my life,
Yeah.
But sometimes I don't want to change my life, so it's kind of hard, it's just hard.
Yeah, and I do want to commend you because a score of 6 is above like that halfway point, and it is a strong score. So I know you are expressing, that you would like to make changes in your smoking patterns. Now, what are some strategies that you think you can do, or some changes to make that happen?
Maintain myself busy. Get a gym membership. Do more outside physical activities. Play sports, basketball, baseball, soccer. Pretty much hang out with my friends, with my girlfriend. Go to amusement parks. Pretty much. Maintain myself busy at work. And actually go to church too. I think that will actually help me out. Get my spiritual life, again, back in the grind. Spiritual motivation, that will help me out too, I think.
Yeah, definitely. So kind of like filling your agenda with more like positive things and productive things that you consider to be in your day-to-day life.
Yes, pretty much.
Now, can you tell me some of the good things that you consider about like smoking marijuana?
basically smoking marijuana just relaxes me. It makes me forget about the world. It actually puts my life kind of like on hold, you know. I feel more chill, more relaxed, and yeah, pretty much. It makes me feel cool, you know. I like living that thuggish life, you know, popping up clouds, smoking, you know. Yeah, I mean, it feel cool, you know. That's what cool people do. So I like to get in that mix too.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is you kind of consider like marijuana used to be kind of like a social thing and also like a way of like coping, a good coping skill for you to relax. And now, can you tell me maybe some of the not so good things about using marijuana?
Well, the not so good things about using marijuana is that I feel like I put in my relationship, you know, aside or away. And yeah, I mean, I actually had to lie to my girlfriend sometimes that I don't want to go out with her, and I had to lie to my friends as well that I don't want to go out with them, you know, because I just want to stay home, you know, and smoke. And usually, if I tell them that I'm gonna stay, you know, home, but for smoking, you know, that's bad too. Why? Because weed's really expensive, and they're gonna probably want to come over and, you know, smoke too, but I can't really afford that, you know. All that is for me.
Yeah, so I know we talked a little bit earlier in our assessment that kind of causing like relationship strain, but it sounds like there is a little bit of financial strain as well. Like you said, weed is expensive, so it does, you know, take a cut on your income. Also, another thing you talked about is you feel that it kind of causes like these social isolation type of like behaviors, and that kind of like get in the way of like your friendships, your relationship with your girlfriend, and then, you know, cause like arguments and things like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and give you a little brief summary of the things we have talked about today.
Okay, sure, why not?
Okay, so we did talk about your score, that it was a score of 25, putting you in a moderate risk range. However, it was in the higher end of that moderate risk range category. We also went over some of the risk factors, and you expressed some concern about specifically the health concerns, the physical, as well as we talked about how you would score yourself at a 6 in regards to changing your smoking patterns. We also talked about a couple strategies that you can start, you know, kind of like little changes here and there that you can make in your life to, you know, stop smoking or limit your amount of time smoking. We talked about some of the good things about using versus the not so good things that come with using cannabis. Now, I did want to talk to you a little bit more. What are your concerns about the not so good things about using cannabis?
Well, my concerns are not that good, you know. Basically, it's gonna destroy my life overall, you know. I actually wanna, you know, live a good, you know, long, old life, you know. I wanna see my grandchildren, you know, my future kids and all that stuff. And well, yeah, I mean, I know this, smoking weed and all that stuff decreases my lifespan, so that's not cool.
Yeah. So it sounds to me like, you know, being able to see your children and your grandchildren is really important to you, you know? And it sounds to me like you're ready to make a change. So that being said, I do want to give you some the list that we have created about the strategies that you can start doing, you know, to limit those smoking patterns, as well as I do want to let you keep this list that we created about the good and the not so good things about smoking marijuana. So if you ever feel like tempted to smoke, you know, you'll be able to refer to that and really, you know, weigh the pros and the cons. I also wanted to give you this other resource. It's a 24-hour hotline. And with this number, if you ever feel like smoking at any hour in the day and you don't know who to talk to, these people kind of like help talk it out with you. And well, you have my business card, and if you ever feel like you need to make another consultation, I am more than welcoming you to go ahead and make another appointment with me. So thank you so much for coming in today.
Yeah, thank you very much, and I will definitely give the number that you just gave me, the hotline, a call, you know. And I will definitely make an appointment with you, you know, for future reference, just in case I want to talk to somebody or just to help me out throughout the process. You know, that will actually be a big help for me. You know, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Have a nice day.
Have a good day, Mr. Martin.
Bye bye.
Bye.